Okay, so you bringing just up conference finals and playoffs, and so one thing we also want to talk about too is just the what teams in the West can actually make the play in right now. Because I'm gonna read off the list right now that we got for like the sixth spot is the Warriors at 40-37. The seventh is the Timberwolves 39-38. The Lakers 38-38. The ninth seed 38-38. The Pelicans, the Thunder 38-39 at the 10th. Then we got the Mavericks at 37-40. Jazz at 36-40. So honestly, 6 through 12 is really, really tight right now. Like every time you lose a game, win a game, the standards are changing like ridiculously. And honestly, even if the Clippers lose 2 games, they fall down to the 7th seed. So it's really tight right now. It's really tight right now in the West. So who you got, Sheldon, making a play?
Well, we'll get to the Mavericks later. We'll get to them later. But I think they'll, like, when it comes to just the play-in, I think the Timberwolves will make it. Now, will they stay at 7? I don't know. But I do believe with Cat coming back, because I thought he wasn't coming back, and all of a sudden he comes back. And he's been playing good since he's been back. He's been playing good. So I think they'll stay at, I think they'll be in there, but I don't know about what position, because like you said, it just keeps flip. Anytime you lose, it just flip-flops. Or win, it just go flip-flop. The Lakers been playing good. I still don't trust their bench, but I mean, the Lakers, as long as since LeBron came back, because I was like, he gonna come back in the last week or so. That's what they reported, but then he comes back out of nowhere. He comes back a week early, basically. So as long as he's back and AD plays good, they'll be in there. Dallas will make it. I think they'll get their act together because their schedule is it's not the hardest, but it ain't the easiest. Like, you got the Heat. Can they beat the Heat? Yeah, I think they can beat the Heat. Can they beat the Hawks? Yeah, they can beat the Hawks. The Kings, the playoff preview. We don't even know. That could be a playoff preview. The Bulls, I think they can beat the Bulls. And then the Spurs, that's a free W coupon, so I'm not worried about them. The Thunder, I think the Thunder gonna make it. I think they'll get the 10th seed. I think OKC. I think even though their schedule is hard, man, I looked at their schedule. Their schedule is pretty hard, but I think OKC will make it. I would have the Pelicans. The only reason I don't have the Pelicans making it because of their schedule. You got to face the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Kings, and the Grizzlies. Those are 4 playoff teams right there. So I don't know if they can beat them. I don't know if they can beat those teams, me personally. So I'm going to just and the Knicks and the Timberwolves. All of them teams in the playoffs and all somebody fight for something. So I think the Jazz, they're not gonna make it. But yeah, I think the Pelicans not gonna make it. So I'm gonna say Timberwolves, Lakers, Mavs, and Thunder.
You know, there's conversation about Zion coming back those last few games, right?
Man, yeah, that ain't
Is there gonna be enough time though? Is he going to be on? Is like he's going to be on minutes restriction, but is those minutes going to be more? Are there going to be important minutes for them to help them win those games against those playoffs teams? Like, is it? Because I don't think so. But they said he's supposed to be reevaluated in 2 to 3 weeks. We all know reevaluate means checkup. That don't mean you coming back.
They said recently, from what I heard yesterday, was that he started working out again. He started working out, ramping up. So I think it's a little bit more than reevaluate. I think that's more like if this team can win a few games and they got like 1 or 2 games, Zion's gonna play.
You know the season ends next week, right?
I know exactly.
So that means starting. That means he has to get in shape. Then they have to literally go back and say, "Are you good?" And then he's gonna be on minutes restriction. Is that enough time in the next week?
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough time.
No, man, I don't know.
For him to get in, for him to get in a good enough playoff ready shape,
it's
not enough time.
Like, if let's say the Pelicans, let's say they fight and make it to like a play-in. Could he play in a play-in? Yeah, I think he could play in a play-in because the play-in starts on the 11th, so that's in 2 weeks. But next week against them teams when all them games matter, I just read it: Nuggets, Clippers, Kings, Grizzlies, Knicks, and Timberwolves.
He might try against the Knicks.
Some of those games. Those are playoff
I'm
teams.
just being a Pelicans advocate because last week I already said I don't. I called it. I said I don't think the Pelicans make the play-in playoffs this season. But not to just dismiss them, I still want to give them a little bit of credit. But go ahead, Ace. Tell what the topic right now. Teams, the Western Conference is so tight. What teams you think making a play-in playoffs?
I mean, my play-in tournament is Timberwolves, Lakers, Pelicans, Thunder. I think it's gonna hold just like that, honestly.
Mm.
I believe the Lakers could go on a run. Like AD said yesterday, I feel like they do have all the pieces, but I feel like they're gonna hold right here.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna hold right there. East, I'm just looking at Heat, Hawks, Raptors, Bulls. I think I really thought the Bulls would just fall all the way off and not even make the playoffs this season. Honestly, I thought that a couple of the Eastern teams at the bottom would have made a run, but Bulls held their own. So
Yeah.
that's my play in right there. Honestly, you already know the top
Yeah,
teams.
for me, looking at I don't even pay attention to the East because I think the East is just set. I think it's set right now. I think with the Pacers sitting down, Tyrese the rest of the season, I think they're like, okay, we good. We'll try next year.
They shut them down.
Yeah, Tyrese is shut down for the season.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, so then you got the Bulls. I think they're catching a little bit of stride at the end. I don't even really think about it. I think everybody I think the Wizards, they're done. I think the Wizards are done. I think the Pacers are done. Because Kuz, I don't think Kuz is going to come back. Porzingis is catching a little stride, but I think they really need Kuz, so I don't see them winning or, catching them in the game. But, looking at the West, I'm not going to hold you. I think the Jazz had a successful season. I don't think they make it, and I think they're okay not making it. But honestly, they had a successful season. No one saw them winning this many games and being entertaining, still selling out. They was one of them teams. It was like you thought coming in it was gonna be an easy game, sit out. You think you're gonna beat the Jazz with your bench, and it's like, no, they got the Laurie Marketing broke the fuck out. And then you got Tyler Horton Tucker who dropped 41 the other day. So it's like they had a successful season. I like the Jazz, but
Yeah, you see that they standards that they set. Honestly,
way,
Yeah.
man, because think about it, they was able to trade off all those people and get back something valuable for. I think Danny Ainge said I'm still one of the best GMs in the league. You gotta respect me. I think he really made you think of that. The Mavericks. I think they're gonna get it together. I think they're gonna find it. I think what Richard Jefferson said today while watching a little bit of ESPN, the team is not Kyrie's fault. The team,
it's not
yeah, it's
Kyrie's
not
fault. It's Mark Cuban's fault. It's the GM
It's not
fault.
Mark Cuban's fault. Mark Cuban just owns it. He doesn't run it. He trusts his people. I'm gonna say this though.
He has a hand in the decision making, but ultimately that's really who they're gonna turn to because he's the one that pay out the
It's
money.
not the GM. It's not his fault. That's like saying it's Walt Disney's fault that Little Mermaid isn't good. No,
But he does have to give the okay, though.
I'm not gonna blame the owner of the organization.
I'm not gonna blame him.
He's not sold. I'm not. That's just the name. That's just the name that I know to represent the Dallas Mavericks, bro. That's
all right. So that's
it.
I'll let y'all get y'all points off. I'm not trying to hear nothing else what y'all said. So I'm saying with the Mavs, the team was never constructed. It was never a solid team on paper. It was always Luka or bust. Luka dragged these guys around. Luka magic. And I think when you traded all that stuff away, you traded a little bit too much to get Kyrie to make this Toronto Raptor type run for the playoffs. It's not Kyrie's fault. Kyrie got his antics and stuff, but he show up on the court. He been hooping. He been balling. It's not Kyrie's fault. I think the Mavs, honestly, even if they get to the playoffs, I think they go 7. They go 7 with anybody. There's no one putting them out in 4 or 5. I think they go 7. I think they make it. Honestly, I think the Pelicans fall off. I don't think they make it. I call it a while. I think maybe they catching a little bit of stride at the end, but I don't think it's enough. I think the schedule's too hard. I don't think Zion's gonna make it back. I think the rumors and the whispers is not gonna do anything. We're gonna keep saying the same thing. Maybe next year with Zion, gonna come out too hard. Another low managed, gonna miss a lot of games. Pelicans are done. They're fucking done, boo boo. It's over. So I think the Lakers. I ain't gonna hold you. I think the Lakers, they got to face. Because I looked at that schedule, everybody they face is who they need to knock out.
pretty easy.
I think they could steal a 6.
These get back
Yeah,
games for
LeBron
real.
said he said I smell blood in the water. He said it smell weak in the West right now. That's why I came back. LBJ
What?
said that. I
Yeah.
believe. I believe they steal this sixth spot. But
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got some get back
because
games.
I want to see the Lakers go against the Kings in the first round. I want my boys, I want my Kings to go ahead and put y'all king out. You know what I'm saying? Who really sitting on the throne? That's what I want to see. But I think it's set. I want to see the Thunder. I want to see Shea go against the Clippers. I want to see that too, because I think he got a little bit of smoke for LA. I think he got some smoke for the whole city. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, so I like the Timberwolves. Actually, I don't like the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves are frauds because I had them at being number one. We was gonna see some defense we never seen before. They 38-8. They 38-8.
Was hurt. You gotta say that. Cat
And I'm
was
not expecting Cat to catch his stride and start playing some of his peak basketball late in the season, just getting these couple of games underneath him. No, not at all.